Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Soon when you enter the college, you can see, we can interact with each other. Okay. Even though it
Yes, sir.
is online, offline, we can interact. So all the best for your academic activities. Today we are going to start with the genetics, that is introduction to genetics, where you can in your curriculum MBBS you can have a small units like genetics with respect to law of inheritance, chromosomal disorders. Okay. When you come to the introduction part, where the just we can go for the ancient type, how the genetics is evolved, or genetics is name is how it has been evolved in the nature. So when you see the first slide, near all the diseases are now recognized to have a genetic component. The past several years have transformed genetic nursing practice from hidden specialty with the visible contribution to the genetic and overall health of the individual and families. In the year 1865, John Gregor Mendel was the first who has described the elements of hereditary genes. So, in the year 1865, the J.J. Mendel, what we call, he is the father of genetics. Okay, he himself has studied with the sweet peas, tall, high, tall and dwarf, like that components. He has given the name of the elements of hereditary genes. So, scientific discoveries during the last several decades have provided more information about the how genes will function and how they contribute to the human health and the disease. In the year 1865, as I have told, J.J. Mendel was the first invented the elements of hereditary genes. Next comes to the again number of years has gone. Some of the discoveries. What are these genes? How they will function? How they will contribute? How they will affect to the human health and disease? What kind of the disease? The genes? How they play in the different disorders. So when you see all these, currently more than 10,371 genetic disorders are there. So 10,371 genetic disorder there, which we call inherited in predictable pattern in the families. With this knowledge of genetics, nurses, doctors can collect appropriate family information, provide current and appropriate information, and support patients, families, and community as they integrate the new information technology into their daily lives. With all these, as I have told, 10,371 genetic disorders are there. With the background of the each genetic disorders, doctors, counselors, nurses, they can collect the appropriate family information of the particular patient, can provide current and appropriate information, and they can support the patients, families, and community. They can come out from these genetic disorders. So, as I have told, the term genetics was first introduced by Watson in 1906. It has been derived from the Greek word called gene, which means to become or to grow. Therefore, genetics is the science of coming into being. So, genetics, the first introduced by the Watson, as the element of genes was discovered by Mendel in 1865. Later in as many as years ago, scientific discoveries were evaluated. In the year 1906, the genetics term was first introduced by the Watson. Gene, G-E-N-E, gene is nothing but to become or to grow. So, when you come to the definition part, the genetics is that branch of biological science which deals with the transmission of characters from parents to offspring. When you come to the medical genetics, it has been focused on the inheritance of hereditary disorders, affecting only a small portion of the population. You see the definition of the genetics is a branch of the biological science where the characters, genes, which transfers from one generation to another generation. That is nothing but parents to offsprings. So when you come with the your part, as you are a medical students, we term as medical genetics. It has been focused on the inheritance of hereditary disorder, which affects the small portion of the population. So, genetic services has been primarily associated with prenatal genetic counseling, identification of pediatric disorder associated with birth defects and dysmorphology, and in some cases, rare adult onset single gene disorder. This nothing but this genetics plays in prenatal condition also, pediatric condition also. When you come to the pediatric disorder, where we call as a congenital birth defect, that is nothing but the genetic disorder occurs by birth of the baby. Recent genetic and technological advances are helping us to better understand how genetic changes impact on human variation as well as the development of cancer, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, and other multifactorial disease that are prevalent in adults. So, what are the characters? The Betson has given the name genetics, gene, to become or to grow. What are the structure and the characters of the genes? The term gene was again introduced in the 1909 prior to Mendel had used the word factor for specific, distinct, particular unit of inheritance that takes part in the expression of the trait. So here it is there, the inheritance again. Inheritance is nothing but the transfer of the characters from one generation to another generation, parents to offspring. So this gene is having specific site, distinct future, particular unit for the inheritance that takes the expression to or that takes part in the expression of the trait. Presently, the gene is defined as unit of inheritance, which composed of segment of DNA or chromosome situated at a specific locus. Locus is nothing but again specific site, position, site or a position we call locus, which carries coded information associated with specific function and can undergo crossing over as well as mutation. So when you see the gene definition, it is nothing but unit of inheritance, which composed of the specific DNA or a chromosome situated at specific site or a specific locus. What it do? Gene, the function, which carries the coded information associated with specific function, and this gene undergo crossing over as well as mutation. So, what are the specific features of the gene? The term gene is often used to refer genetic material. It is unit of inheritance. It is referred as genetic material on chromosome that code for a trait, expression trait. Example, one person has a gene for hair color. It is the unit of recombination or a capable of undergoing the crossing over. The unit of genetic material can undergo mutation. Mutation is again nothing but that when you see the definition, it is sudden heritable changes in the organism. Organism is nothing but it may on the plant, animal, and that is nothing but human. So mutation can change. That is sudden heritable changes. The unit of hereditary connected with somatic structure or function that leads to the phenotypic expression. So Phenotypic expression is nothing but again physical appearance of the character. The physical appearance could be changed. A gene is the basic physical and functional unit of the hereditary. Gene which are made up of DNA act as a RNA instructor to make molecules called proteins. A person phenotype, the observable characters of his or her genotype includes physical appearance and other biological, physiological, and molecular traits. These are the some points where you can see specific features of the gene. So next come to the features you have seen. What are the functions of these genes? Genes are components of genetic material and the unit of inheritance. They control the morphology and phenotype of the individual. So these genes control both morphological feature, physical appearance of an individual characters. So you can see replication of the genes is essential for the cell division. So during the mitosis, meiosis, it plays an important role. Replication process will take place with the help of the genes. So these replication of genes are essential for the cell division. Gene carry the hereditary information from one generation to next generation. They control the structure and metabolism of the body. Reshuffling of genes at the time of sexual reproduction produce variation of characters. Different linkage are produced due to crossing over. Genes undergo mutation and change their expression characters. New genes are consequently new traits developed due to reshuffling of different parts of the gene. Genes change their expression due to position effect, differentiation or formation of different types of the cells, tissues, and organs in various parts of the body, which is controlled by expression of others. So development or production of different stages in the life history is controlled by these genes. These are all functions of the genes. You have seen genetics, hereditary elements discovered by Mendel. Second, you have studied what are genes, who has coined this name. Next, you have seen characters. Just now, you have studied in the functions of the genes. Next part is there. As I have told, genes are unit of inheritance, which is located on the chromosome, which contain chromosomal segment or a DNA, where you can see in the chromosome. What are chromosomes? So chromosomes are nothing but it is a thread-like structure. Where in the nucleus of the each cell, the DNA molecule is packaged into a thread-like structure. It is nothing but the chromosome. So these chromosomes are having the DNA molecule in the package format. So how they look like? They look like thread-like structure. Where it has been present, it is present in the nucleus of the cell. So this is the actual definition of the chromosome. Chromosomes are thread-like structure which packaged in which are having DNA molecule in packaged formula, which has been seen in the nucleus of the nucleus of the cell. Each chromosome, next come to the each chromosome is made up of DNA tightly coiled, many times around proteins we called as a stones. So these thread-like structure chromosomes are made up of DNA, which are having DNA with coil-like structure. In DNA tightly coiled. That is nothing but histones. So chromosomes are packaged by proteins into a condensed structure called chromatin. These are the important terminologies with respect to chromosome. Chromosomes, histones, chromatin. Chromatin again nothing but where you can see the chromosomes are packaged by the proteins. They look like condensed in their structure. When you come to the each chromosome has a constriction point called centromere. So when you see the structure of chromosome, you can find centromere. With the help of this centromere, chromosome has been divided into two arms. That is, the short arm of the chromosome is labeled as T arm, long arm of the chromosome is labeled as Q arm. So the location of the centromere on each chromosome give the chromosome its characters stage and can be used to help describe location of specific genes. So what is the role of this centromere? So the centromere is an location of this centromere which give the indication or a chromosomes its characteristic stage, and it will be used to help location of specific genes. This is the brief about the chromosome. That is definition. What are it? The terminology: histones, chromatin, how they have been divided. So long arm, short arm, short arm. So it is been labeled as P arm. Long arm has been labeled as Q arm. Let's come to the as we the human, as you have all known, you have already seen or studied in your PUC. So in human, you can see 23 pairs of the chromosome. So total will be 46 chromosome. 20 of 22 of these pairs called as autosome, identical or a similar chromosome. So they look in the both. When you see the these 22 pairs of the chromosome autosomes are identical or similar, which can be seen in both male and female. When you see, when you come to the 23rd pair that we call sex chromosome that differ in the between the males and females. So females have two copies of the X chromosome, which males have one X and one Y. So 23 XX, 23 XY. These we called as a sex chromosomes. Sex chromosomes are nothing but these are the differentiate chromosome which differentiate between male and female. So if you say male is having 23 XY, female is having 23 XX. When you come to the types of the chromosome, so how they have divided? So chromosomes are there are four types based on the position or location of the centromere. First one is telocentric, second one is acrocentric, third one is submetacentric, last one is metacentric. These are the four important types of the chromosome that are being differentiated by the position or location of the centromere. So, here, again, okay, sorry for the delay. There is some technical error. So, as I have told, four types of the chromosomes are there: telocentric, acrocentric, submetacentric, metacentric. When you see the telocentric, okay, so where you can see the centromere, it has been located at the one end of the chromosome, one end of the tip end or a end part of the chromosome that we called as a telocentric. As I told, these four types of the chromosomes are divided based on the position of the centromere. When you come to the telocentric, where you can see the centromere has been located in the very end of the chromosome. When you come to the human part, human do not possess the telocentric chromosome. So it can be seen in the mice, where human does not having this kind of the type of the chromosome. So telocentric chromosome can be defined as based on the position of the centromere. That centromere as present in the very end part of the chromosome, where human does not having this kind of the chromosome. Only mice can be having telocentric type of the chromosome. Next come to the acrocentric. Acrocentric chromosomes have a centromere which is severely offset from the center, leading to one very long and one very short section of the human chromosome. As I have told, 22 pairs are there, autosomes. So out of 22, 13, 14, 15, 21, and 22 autosomes are acrocentric, where you can see the centromere, which is severely offset from the center, leading to one very long and one very short section of the chromosome. Next come to the submetacentric. So the centromere is displaced towards one end, creating one long arm and short arm. When you come to the human chromosome, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are submetacentric. Here you can see the position of the centromere is displaced towards the one end, creating with the long arm and the short arm. When you see the human chromosomes, 4 to 12 are the submetacentric. Metacentric, the centromere is located exactly middle center. So the chromosomes has two arms are equally length. So 1 and 3 are the metacentric. 1, 2, 3 are the metacentric, where you can see the centromere is located exact in the middle, so that the chromosome has divided into two arms equal length, long arm and short arm in the equal length, where the centromere is been located approximately middle. What are the functions? You have seen chromosome definition, histone, centromere, okay, and types of the chromosome, four types. Then come to the what are the chromosome function, as you have studied the functions of the genes. So these chromosomes again contain genes. All the hereditary information is located in the genes. Chromosomes control the structural proteins, help in the cell division and the cell growth. So these chromosomes helps in the synthesis of the structural proteins and helps in the cell division and the cell growth. They control the cellular differentiation and the synthesis of particular enzymes. Chromosome control the cell metabolism. Chromosome can replicate their or produce their carbon copies for passage to daughter cells and the next generation. Some chromosomes called as sex chromosome X and Y, which determines the sex of the individual. Mutations are produced due to change in the gene chemistry. These are 7 points. These are the important functions of the chromosomes. Next, come to the chromosomal aberration. Aberration is nothing but disruption. Disruption. So, chromosomal aberration are disruptions in the normal chromosome content of a cell, or major cause for genetic condition in humans. Change in the number of chromosome is known as aneuploidy or a numerical aberration. So, there are chromosomal aberrations are nothing but disruptions of the normal chromosome. What there are two types: numerical chromosome aberration, structural aberration. Numerical, change in the number of chromosome. When you see the change in the arrangement of the genes in the chromosome or structure changes, we known as called as structural aberration. Chromosomal aberration may involve changes in single chromosome known as intrachromosomal aberration. Chromosomal aberration may involve changes in single chromosome is known as intrachromosomal aberration. Chromosomal aberration may involve changes in two chromosomes as known as interchromosomal aberration. So chromosomal aberration is nothing but the disruption of the normal chromosome. When you see the types, numerical changes, that is change in the number of chromosome, that we call as numerical aberration. If you come to the structural changes, that we call structural aberration, that is change in the arrangement of the genes. So again, there are two types of the chromosomal aberration in between, which involve changes in single site, single chromosome known as intrachromosome, changes in two set of chromosome is known as interchromosomal aberration. All these are termed as a chromosomal abnormalities. So some chromosomal abnormalities do not cause disease in carriers such as translocation or chromosomal inversion. So they lead to the higher chance of having child with chromosomal disorder. Abnormal numbers of chromosome or a chromosomal set aneuploidy may be lethal or give rise to genetic disorder. So some of the chromosomal abnormalities which does not cause the translocation process. So they having the child with the chromosomal disorder. When you come to the numerical changes, that is abnormal number of chromosomes or chromosomal sets, aneuploidy, they are lethal and give rise to genetic disorders. So these both structural changes in the chromosome, number changes in the chromosome, which plays an important role in the chromosomal abnormalities. Example for these chromosomal abnormalities are Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Cry-Duchat syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Patau syndrome. These are all the chromosomal abnormalities. So the three major single chromosomal mutation, that is deletion, duplication, inversion. So deletion is nothing but loss of part of the chromosome. So loss of the part of the chromosome is termed as a deletion, where you can see best example for this Cry-Duchat syndrome, where you can see the fifth stage, as I have told, 22 sets, 23 pairs of the chromosome. In that fifth stage of the chromosome, where one tip end or one telomeric end part of the chromosome is deleted, part is missing. That is nothing but the loss of part of the chromosome. This deletion we can see in the Cry-Duchat syndrome cases for babies. Next is duplication, nothing but extra copies of a part of the chromosome. Duplication of certain segment of chromosome 22 resulting in the analgesia or various congenital malformation. This duplication you can see in the congenital malformation cases where extra copies of a part of chromosome is present. Inversion, reverse direction of the original chromosome part. For example, 40% are chromosomes 9 may or may not result in visible effects. So inversion is nothing but the reverse direction of the part of the chromosome. So two chromosomal single set, you can see deletion, duplication, inversion. When you come to the two chromosomal mutation, insertion. So deletion, duplication, inversion are single chromosomal mutation. When you see that there are two types are there, where you can see two chromosomal mutation. One is insertion, another one is translocation. Insertion, it is also called as ring chromosome. Example, ring chromosome 14 is associated with psychomotor delay, mental retardation, and dysmorphic craniofacial features. It is a very rare. This insertion or ring chromosomes, you can see in the psychomotor delay cases, mental retardation, and dysmorphic craniofacial features. It is a very rare two chromosomal mutation in nature. Translocation, as a part of chromosome breaks off and attaches to the another chromosome. In balanced translocation, no genetic material added or lost. Balanced reciprocal translocation usually does not cause problem. Example, translocation, trisomy 21 or Down syndrome may result from the presence of 46 chromosomes that include translocation chromosome. This translocation you can see in the Down syndrome cases. So it is 1 to 3% chances of there in the translocation. When you see the proportion rate of this translocation, the best example for this is Down syndrome cases, where part of the chromosome breaks off and attaches to the another set of the chromosome. These are two important major chromosomal mutations. Now come to the inheritance. What are the mechanism of the inheritance? Inheritance, as I have told, it is nothing but the transmission of the characters from one generation to another generation. So genes or chromosomes are physical basis for the inheritance. Person inherit half of the genetic information from each parent. Every parent has two copies of genes, and each parent contribute for one copy of gene for their offspring. Genes, that is, as I have told, this is nothing but the definition itself. It says all these contents. So that inheritance is nothing but characters transfer from one generation to another generation. In this, when you see this, genes for different traits are inherited separately from one another. For example, for this, the gene for hair color is not linked with the gene for height. So, hair color, where the gene is present, that is not linked with the height of the person. Gene for height. A child may have his mother hair color, but may not her height. For the most part, or each trait is inherited separately. So it's nothing but if the child is having the hair color of the mother same, but it is not linked with their height. So what are the pattern of inheritance? As you know, pedigree. First one, pattern of inheritance. You can see Mendelian pattern of inheritance, sex-linked inheritance, non-Mendelian pattern of inheritance, that is codominant pattern of inheritance, mitochondrial pattern of inheritance, multifactorial pattern of inheritance. These are the important patterns of inheritance. In that, you can see pedigree is the first one. Second, there are two types are there, three types. One is Mendelian pattern of inheritance. Second is non-Mendelian pattern of inheritance. In the Mendelian pattern of inheritance, you are going to study autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, sex-linked inheritance, X-linked dominant, X-linked recessive, Y-linked inheritance. And you see the non-Mendelian pattern, codominant pattern, mitochondrial pattern, multifactorial pattern of the inheritance. These are all pattern of inheritance with respect to humans. So, pedigree. What do you mean by pedigree? It is a important tool used by the geneticists to study human inheritance pattern in the pedigree. Pedigree is a pictorial representation of a family history, a family tree that outlines the inheritance of characters. So it is nothing but the collection or a putting the if the family history chart, pie chart or a pedigree chart, which a person or a who is suffering from any familial disorder, we have to find out their ancestral relation. That is nothing but the entire family history we have to take out and we have to put the pictorial representation. This is nothing but the pedigree. So it is a important tool for the genetic counselor to study the inheritance pattern with respect to humans. Next is their Mendelian pattern of inheritance. In that, you are going to say autosomal dominant. What do you mean by autosomal dominant pattern of inheritance? So, the one mutated copy, so the gene, so where you can see mutation occur in the gene in one side in each cell is sufficient for person to affect by an autosomal dominant disorder. So autosomal dominant disorder tends to occur in every generation of affected family. Example for this is Huntington disease, colon cancer, hereditary breast and ovarian cancer. These are all example for the autosomal dominancy. That is nothing but one mutation copy of the gene in each cell is sufficient to say that a person is having autosomal dominant. Best example for this Huntington disorder, colon cancer, hereditary breast cancer. Next is autosomal recessive. So, as you have seen in dominant, one mutated copy of a gene in each cell. Here you can see two mutated copies of genes are present in each cell when person has an autosomal recessive disorder. An affected person usually has unaffected parents who carry single copy of mutated gene. Autosomal recessive disorder are typically not seen in every generation. Autosomal dominant you can see in the every generation. But here, due to two mutation copy, two gene or two mutation occur in the copies of the genes are present in the each cell when person has called as autosomal recessive disorder. Example for this cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, thalassemia. So if the child is suffering from this kind of the disorder, but her parents are normal, those are not affected. That's why autosomal recessive disorder are typically not seen in the every generation of their affected family. So X-linked next come to the X-linked dominant disorder, which are caused by the mutation in the X chromosome. So the mutation occur on the X chromosome that we called as the X-linked dominant. So the females are more frequently affected than the males. So best example for this is X-linked dominant is a pattern is Turner syndrome. So 45X is there. Okay, the females are more frequently affected than the males. The chance of passing on X-linked dominant disorder differs between men and women. So a striking characteristic of X-linked inheritance is that father cannot pass the X-linked trait to their sons. No male to male transmission is there. So in the X-linked dominant, where you can see mutation occur in the X chromosome. Best example for this is X-linked dominant is Turner syndrome. Next is X-linked recessive. X-linked recessive disorder are also caused by mutation in genes on the X chromosome. Males are more frequently affected than the females. Here you can see best example for I thought is Klinefelter syndrome. Here you can see 47XXY. So the X-linked recessive disorder also caused by mutation on the genes on the X chromosome, but males are more frequently affected than the females, whereas dominant females are more frequently affected than the males. So families with X-linked recessive disorder often have affected males but rarely affected females in each generation. So the particular character of this X-linked inheritance is that fathers cannot pass X-linked trait to their sons. So no male-to-male transmission. Last one is the Y-linked inheritance. Most Y-linked genes manifest their effect with one copy and show male-to-male transmission. These are rare condition, Y-linked Hollandric inheritance. All the sons of an affected male would eventually develop trait, although the age at which they develop to varies. So Y-linked inheritance are very rare condition where you can see the Y-linked genes manifest their effect with one copy and show male-to-male transmission. Next come to the non-Mendelian pattern of inheritance. So in that you can see codominant pattern of inheritance. What do you mean by this codominant? In codominant inheritance, two different alleles, genes of a gene can be expressed in each version make slightly different protein. For best example for this codominant is APO blood group, where you can see allelic variation of a gene can be expressed. Both alleles influenced by the genetic trait and determine the characteristics of the genetic condition. That is example for this is APO blood group. Next is their mitochondrial pattern of inheritance. This type of inheritance, also known as maternal inheritance, applies to genes in mitochondrial DNA, where mitochondria, which are structured in each cell that convert molecules into energy, each contains small amount of DNA. So mitochondrial pattern of inheritance is the inheritance where you can see the maternal inheritance can be seen in the mitochondria or a mitochondrial DNA. In mitochondria, where the structure of each cell that convert molecules to energy, each contain when the conversion process will take place, that is structure of the each cell that convert molecule to energy. At that time, each cell or each molecules contain small amount of the DNA, which can be seen in the mitochondrial process. That's why it is called mitochondrial pattern of the inheritance. Next is their multifactorial pattern of the inheritance. Before that, these mitochondrial disorders can appear in every generation of the family, can affect both males and females, but father do not pass this mitochondrial trait to their children. So this is an interesting character, that is the mitochondrial disorders can cause every generation of their family, but others do not possess this mitochondrial trait. So next come to the multifactorial pattern of inheritance. This is the common cause for May birth defects as well as common adult onset conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer. These are all multifactorial pattern of the inheritance. What it means? Multifactorial inheritance condition are believed to be result with multiple mutation and environmental influence. So simple is there. Multifactorial pattern of inheritance is the pattern of inheritance where you can see the influence of the genetic factors along with the environmental factors. Altogether, we call as a multifactorial pattern of inheritance. Examples for this is diabetes, heart disease, cancer, some of the cancers, which can be caused by the multifactorial factors. So multifactors are nothing but genetic influence. Next is environmental influence. So examples are CHD, that is congenital heart disease, cliff-left neural tube defect, congenital hip dislocation. These are the example for the multifactorial pattern of the inheritance. Okay, this is the it's complete the introduction to the genes. With respect to, we have studied genes, how they will evolve. Next is the chromosomes. What are the pattern of inheritance, types of chromosomes, functions, all together we have studied today. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.